What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kai, and I'm back up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? Finishing along with this little trilogy story, this little spiritual journey story. You know, this me, self, I am story. I am. We're gonna be talking about I am today. Yes, we will. To recap on everything that we've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? If y'all been following along, is I started off telling you guys about the me mentality that I used to have. You know? That a lot of us are so quick to fall victim into. And a lot of the time, we don't even realize that we in it. You know? That's why they call it an awakening. You feel me? And how I was just always looking at everything as the glass half empty kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I just felt like everybody around me was responsible for all of the things that I felt on the inside, you know, and was acting out in ways that kind of shaped and formed my life into a trajectory that I wasn't really ready for. And, you know what I'm saying, of course, always rose up to the challenge when presented, because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But until it finally came to a point where I realized that, you know what, if I continue to go through the same trials and tribulations over and over again, and this shit looks just like this with a different face, then the common denominator in this whole motherfucker is me. You heard me? So I need to start taking accountability for my motherfucking actions and making it do what it do. And make shit happen the way that I really want it to. And stop looking at everybody else as a way to try to save me or to help me or as fault for what the fuck is going on in my life. Or why it is that I feel the way that I feel. You know? And then I started to be real cutthroat. And just cutting people off. Removing myself from situations. No longer participating in certain kind of conversations. Peeping the type of energy that people toss my way. You know? And dissecting it and looking at it for what it is. I was no longer internalizing any outside experience as my own, you know, and trying to have that fit into me if it didn't fit. I was looking at things and dissecting things and paying attention to the parts that I knew resonated with me and adapting to, you know, new levels and new desires and, you know, dismissing all the other stuff. Y'all just go ahead back and listen to it. Shit. But today, I'm in a whole new place. And like, I'm even in a better place than I was last week when I was recording that. A lot of the things that I realized, like retelling these stories, is it, like, I find myself being back in that energy, you know? And that's what just amazes me about the human brain and the body in general, and how we can seriously hold so much negative emotion and negative energy in us that one sheer thought or any type of trigger that we don't handle and dissect and give it a name, you feel me, can seriously take over our fucking life. Can take over your life, and to the point where you're not even behind the wheel of your own shit no more. You've let other people's opinions, you've let emotions that don't even really fully validate you, you've let every single thing take control of your shit. And that is why you just feel so out of whack. And now, in the place that I'm at right now, I am fully aware of all of that. And that's why the I am phase right now, I'm just really, really fucking enjoying it, bro. Like, this is the type of feeling that I would wish on everybody. You feel me? Like, I feel so complete. I feel so fulfilled. And it's just like, I am fully aware that I am the creator of my reality. And I am fully aware that everything around me is always working for my greatest good. And I am fully aware of all of the mistakes that I've ever made. And I am fully aware of all of the shit that I've overcame. I am fully aware of all of it. I don't have all the answers. Of course, I'm going to always seek answers and always seek to better understand, you know, the things around me and why it is that I go through certain things. I'm always going to plug in the pieces and connect the dots and, you know what I'm saying, cross the T's off. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do all of that. And I don't have any, expectations other than to expect greatness. That's it. And that it feels really good to finally just be able to be in a position where I can let go. I figured out a system that works for me, and the system that works for me is the things that I resonated most in childhood with, which is just, being a little loner at times and really vibing with music and staying creative and constantly, finding new interests and figuring out ways how I can adapt them into my lifestyle. And if they don't fit, then, enjoy the fact that I got to say that I did that. And it's like, I am fully aware of all of my bullshit. I am fully aware of my flaws. I am fully aware of my shortcomings. And I am fully aware of where I stand the fuck up at. And your girl is working on all of it. You feel me? I may not be perfect tomorrow, but I'm going to be perfectly imperfect today. How about that? You feel me? So it's a great feeling right now. And it's just everything around me. I just see so many signs and synchronicities of how I was just fucking tripping, And it's like looking at my kids even. Like my husband and I, we constantly have those moments of where we're kind of looking at each other like lost in the sauce. Like, damn, like we real life did that. Like, these are our babies. Like, these are our little humans. Like, remember when it was just us? Remember when it was just us as individuals? You know what I'm saying? You were doing whatever you were doing and I was doing whatever the fuck I was doing. And then we met. And our biggest issue used to be scrounging up our, pocket change on figuring out if we're going to go eat some Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we have enough light rail money and food money? Like, that used to be our problems. And now here we are taking care of 3 fucking humans, bro, that my body carried and my body pushed out. Like, what? And they was made from love. Like, what? What do you mean? And it's like with my youngest, Giselle, she's 18 months now. And she reminds me so much of me. And just looking at her, it's like, and watching her interact with different people in the family, it's just, she just amazes me because she reminds me of how spoiled and entitled we could be. How spoiled and entitled I can be. Of course, because I'm deserving of it. Hello, everybody is. You feel me? But it's just how I used to act, in a sense. Like, for an example, let's take Jezzy, that's her nickname. Let's take Jezzy as me, and I would be God or the universe or whoever it is that you believe in. I would take that position. Now, Jezzy is fussing and whining, and she brings me her sippy cup. And now she knows I'm going to take her sippy cup and I'm going to walk away and I'm going to, I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to refresh it and I'm going to bring it back. There's a structure here. There's a pattern here. This happens every day. Every time you ask me for something, I take something from you. I leave, I come right back. Like, you should know that. But instead, she's not paying attention. She just knows the fact that I took her cup. She handed me the cup. She wanted me to do something with it. I took it. I walked off. She's not understanding that I'm doing what it is that she wanted me to do, and that it's going to take some time for me to go back, me to clean it up, me to make it brand new, and for me to replenish it with something even better and bring it back to her. So I've done all of that, and here I am walking right back to her. And I'm standing over her and I ain't saying nothing because, you going to feel my presence. You going to feel it. I need to say nothing. I don't need to say nothing. You going to feel me. You understand what I say? And so I'm standing there looking at her, kicking and screaming, and she flaring her arms, and she got, she got real tears. She big mad. You heard me? And so I'm just like, wow. And I'm just looking at her, shaking my head like, dang. Like I do this shit. you know? And then so she finally kicks me enough times and realizes, like, oh shit, that's my mom, you know? And standing there with my cup, you know? But before all of that, all she knows is not only did you take my cup, but I'm still fucking thirsty. Like, and she's just having a fit. Not even realizing that I'm already back with the cup. With a clean cup. With some fresh juice. And I've been standing there waiting for her to pay attention. I'm right here with your blessings. I'm right here with your shit, partner. Quit crying and stand up on your feet. Reach your hand out. Take a hold of it. What you whining for? Dry your eyes, you can't see. It's right there. Set it on the counter. Like, it's the same kind of thing. Like, it just reminds me of how much we whine and cry about shit when we know that we gonna get it as soon as we just gotta trust the fucking process. God dang, like, it's just trust the process. And that's just that aha moment that I just feel just so strongly now about everything, you know? So strongly about everything. And that's just a scenario on where she actually let the cup go. You feel me? So imagine if I'm trying to take the cup from her, and you know babies got that ninja grip. You know what I'm saying? They got that kung fu grip. And, you know, she don't want to let go of it. She hanging on to it, and, you know, I'm lifting her up because she's still holding on to it, and I'm just like, let it go so I could go do what I gotta do, and I gotta pry it from her fingers. And that's when, you know, they have a big temper tantrum. Then that's when they just extra fall out, you know? And that's what we can look like a lot of the times when we don't want to let go of situations that we know no longer serve us. You know what I mean? Like, look at all of the mirrored reflections of yourself you have in the world. If you just pay attention. And when I started making those types of connections, I'm just like, woo, let me give myself another humility check, you know? Because I'm tripping again. You know, I'm thinking I'm good, but you know, nah, I'm still tripping. Let me dial it back, let me stay humble, let me center myself. And so it's just like, wow, I just never again. You feel me? Never again will I ever go back to the phase of feeling like I don't have complete control over my life. Never again will I go back to the phase of pointing the blame at other people for shit that's going on in my life. These motherfuckers didn't wipe my ass this morning. They wasn't sitting in the bathroom with me smelling the shit neither. You feel me? So I can't place the blame on nobody else about things that's going on with me currently. Not at all. Not at all. So it's just like, wow, okay. When you kind of adapt that type of mentality and you take responsibility for yourself completely, you know, you start caring about how it is the way that you're going to start moving now, you know. And I'm fully aware of all of the lessons that I went through and all of the same toxic karmic cycles I continuously repeated over and over and over again because I wasn't applying the new lessons. You know, I was trying to do the same old tests with some new answers and new improved shit, and you know what I'm saying, and they don't even recognize those numbers. I'm trying to put a new key into an old ass car, and they, you know what I'm saying, I'm all digital and shit, and that motherfucker still got, you know, manual roll up windows. You feel me? You can't apply new lessons to old situations. A lot of the times the old situations are what gave you those lessons, so they don't fit anyway. You know? And so that's where a lot of people don't realize that that's their downfall. It's because they're trying to constantly teach an old dog new tricks. You feel me? You got to start compartmentalizing people. I promise you. Do that. And stay open-minded about things. But don't try to put so many expectations into one person, into one group of individuals or whatever, and hope that you're going to have everything, because you won't. Stay open-minded. Stay optimistic. I am fully aware that not everybody is in the same place that I am at. I am fully aware that not everybody went through all of the trials and tribulations that I did. I am fully aware that my path is not for everybody. I am fully aware that I am not for everybody. And that's a blessing in its motherfucking self. I am fully aware that my name travels in rooms that I will never step foot in. I am fully aware that my name will travel in rooms that I will eventually step foot in. At the right time. At the right place. Looking the right kind of way. You feel me? And every single thing will be worth it. Every single misfortune will be worth it. Every single tear will be worth it. Because I applied the lessons and I applied my motherfucking self. And man, I ain't perfect. You know? And that's one of my things because I'm a very, very cerebral person. So I'm very OCD with my life. Very OCD. And everything I do, I want to do with pure intention. And put love behind it and passion behind it. And if I don't have passion for something, I don't do it. That's another reason why it's so easy for me to remove myself from certain situations or certain people or, you know, realign or redirect myself. If the passion don't mix, if the chemistry don't mix, if I'm no longer interested, I don't continue to sit there and try to feed something that's already full. I'm not doing that. If I feel like giving love and I see that, you know, everywhere I go, people are, you know, basically repelling my good nature because they don't feel good about themselves, then I just pour into myself that day. Not sit there and start to create scenarios and wallow in the fact that everybody around me is just so pessimistic and why can't people be? No, I'm no longer there. That's what that self phase was for. And I fully believe that every single phase of my life that I went through, I needed to go through those exact things in order to be right here. There was nothing else that could have happened that could have got me right here to this day and know the things that I know and be talking about the shit that I'm talking about confidently and openly. I am fully aware that a lot of people don't like me. I am fully aware that a lot of people love me, bro. I am fully aware that a lot of people respect me. I am fully aware that I am helping people that I don't even know. I am fully aware that I'm helping people that I do know, but they will never let me know. And for the people that I am helping or relating to in a way and giving a voice to their emotions that they've always felt, you feel me? I got you. Man, like I remember being a little girl and wanting to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? I really, really wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to help people. I wanted to, you know, I've always been interested into what makes people tick. You know, I've always been curious as to people's micro expressions and, you know, when they talk about this, their left foot starts to shake and, you know, they lean this way and that way and they look down when they mention this. And if I say this word, you know, they stop breathing for a second. They swallowed their thirsty, something's up. You feel me? Like, I'm paying attention to everything. I'm so observant. I am more aware of things that I let on to. And I am so unpredictable that the only way that you can really predict anything that I'm going to do is just know that I'm going to be doing something. You feel me? I'm going to be learning something. I'm going to be giggling about something. I'm going to be joking about something. And it's just like, I appreciate that. I appreciate myself for that. Even my flaws, I appreciate them because that makes me want to do better. It makes me want to, you know, constantly challenge myself to be better than yesterday. I am fully aware that the only person that can destroy me is me. The only person that can destroy me is me. That's it. No other outside source can destroy anything. Because at the end of the day, I have me to rely on. And I know myself and I'm aware of myself. I know where I'm going. I know where I came from. I know how I think. I know what my potential is. And I don't even know what my greatness looks like yet. So I'm betting on me all day, every day. You know? It's just, man, what a blessing. What the fuck? Can I get an amen? Can I get a ooh ooh? Like, seriously. Like, cause I'm telling you, don't nobody get more irritated with me than me. Alright? Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm so OCD with my life. Like, my brain, remember in school when you used to do like a word web? I can't say my W's together. Word web. Word web. Word web. Word web. I said it. The fuck? Word web. Word web. Whatever. When you have to do a word web. Almost fucked up again. And like, you know, you have one word and then you circle it and then you have like a line, and that word is another descriptive word of the big word you did, and then now that has a line and that has a line, and it just keeps growing, and it just looks like this spider web of words. That is how my brain works. Alright, and I have all these experiences and all these feelings and all these emotions and all these songs and all of these different tabs open that connect everything. And it's like they all have an emotion and everything attached to it, and they're, you know, and I'm doing a to-do list and I'm just all over the freaking place. And a lot of the time it can feel chaotic, but it's systematic. It really is. Because I am an unlimited source of fucking information. A lot of stuff I absorb, I can't even remember where I got it from. It's like either this book from hella years ago, or this documentary, or this, that, or maybe a conversation I had with an old lady at a cafe when we was both waiting on our bagels. You feel me? Like, it's just so limitless, and it just, sometimes I've had to tell myself that, you know what, all of this insaneness in your brain is freaking genius, bro. Like, and that's when I started making it my mission to try and get these ideas and try and get these conversations and try and get these artistic pictures and all of this out into the 3D, because I have so many stories and so many different scenarios, and a lot of the times when I'm having conversations with people, things are playing in my head, and you know, and it's like almost like little mini commercials or something, you know, and it's just like I want to make that. I want to share that, you know. I could be animated and make voices and, you know, contort my body to do all these things, but I want to be able to have something, you know, in the 3D that will be a physical representation of that fucking moment, you know. So how can I do that? How can I do that? And I had to sit with myself, man. And I'm just proud that I really did that, because, you feel me, I am not a person that could really have a boss, you know. I can't have a boss. It's just, yeah, you know, I have to, you gotta put some years in for me to really, you know, I could talk to anybody, but to just take advice or take orders, that's the thing. It's not the advice, it's orders, you know. It's like you gotta talk to me a certain kind of way. I demand a certain type of you know, respect. And so you just can't talk to me any old kind of way. There'll be some kind of friction there, and you gonna feel it. You know what I mean? Whether or not I say it out loud or I toss that shit energetically, like, oh, you know, hey, you might want to reel it back in, baby. You know? And I've always been that way, even at a young age. So I feel like a lot of the different things that I went through in childhood with adults, and, you know, always getting in trouble, always getting sent to detention and stuff like that, is because it's like, hey, yo, check your tone when you talking to me. I'm always like, I don't like the energy on where that's coming from, partner. Like, hold on really back in, baby. Say that shit one more time with a little bit more feeling in it, you know? Because that shit was empty, or that shit was loaded with animosity, bruh. Take that shit back, you know? So, thank goodness, I heeded the lessons, and I sat my ass down and I paid attention, and, you know, really stopped doing a lot of the toxic shit that I was doing, and really stood more into the beautiful shit that I've always wanted to do, and the shit that I was already doing. And I'm fully aware that, you know, every day will be a new challenge and a new opportunity to be great. If y'all hear noises in the background, it's just me moving around in the car. I ain't farting or nothing, so don't even go there like, oh, she was pooting. Like, no, I wasn't. I was not. If I was farting, then I would be laughing, because farts are funny to me. And they make me giggle. They tickle my little funny bone. You feel me? But, yeah, so, I don't know, y'all. It's a good-ass feeling. It is a good-ass feeling to be in this I am. And it's just like, what's next? You know? Like, what is really next? Like, I remember even getting to this phase of wanting to do a podcast. Like, I'm telling you, I had to be G's, bro. Like, I thought I was going to drew on myself. I was going to straight drew on myself, yo. Like, the thought of me, I could talk to anybody in person, but the thought of me recording my voice and putting this out there for the world to hear and for them to judge, like, to give somebody another motherfucking opportunity to say some reckless ass shit about me? Like, I will not let anybody have the opportunity. But it's just like, no, you know what? I can. Because at the end of the day, I enjoy helping people and I enjoy talking to people. And a lot of the time, you know, you don't realize that the person that you know, you got any type of feeling towards, whether it's positive or negative, is going through a lot of the same things that you going through or went through. You know, I care more about finding common ground and common interests than the things that don't mesh well. You know, because a lot of the things that may not mesh well right now probably will even itself out once that person or once you start loving on yourself more. You know, probably that negative energy that you're feeling off of people around you or circumstances that you're in is just because you're no longer supposed to be in that type of situation every day. You're no longer supposed to be doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Or you're no longer, you know, supposed to be having that type of outlook about it. Maybe you need to, you know, do some dissecting and some inner work on yourself. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're projecting, you know? And so I think about resistance and about how I used to be so resistant to apply the new knowledge, the new knowledge to everything that I wanted to try. You know, I was afraid of what that would look like, or afraid of what that would feel like. And will people think I'm a fraud? Will people think I'm fake? Will people think I'm pretending? Will people think this? And will people say that? So then that started to be something that was starting to forbid me from wanting to do the shit that I'm passionate about, wanting to do the shit that I'm good at. Like, I'm a relatable motherfucker, bruh. You know, in some kind of way. Honestly. And if we don't have anything in common, or if we do everything completely opposite, you know, the one thing is that I understand and I can hear you and I listen. But I'm not ever gonna let myself be in a situation where I could be taken advantage of. You know, and I'm fully aware that people can say and do whatever it is that they want to do, but that doesn't change my opinion about myself, and it just doesn't change the opinion about the people who really care about me either. And it won't change my outcome. Not at all. So you kind of stop being fearful. So it's like, what the fuck am I being fearful for? Why am I sitting here feeling like I need to go take a shit? Like, why? I don't need to. You know? Of course you get that little adrenaline rush whenever you upload something, but now I just kind of transmute that into fucking love. And just be like, you know what, it is what it is. You know, I shed what I shed, baby. Yes, I did. By the way, I came up with I said what I said, had. You know, it's on the site. Y'all go get that. I say what I said. So you can walk around with your little mask on and have your hat say, I say what I said. And they be like, well, damn. Be like, yeah, exactly. Back up. 6 feet. You feel me? You know? And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel really good about everything. There's so much new shit, new opportunities coming in. Like, I even feel it energetically, like all around. I'm even appreciative more of how empathic I am. And I've realized that fully accepting myself, I realized that I am hella empathic and hella intuitive, bruh. Hella intuitive. You can't really put nothing past me. I'ma read your ass. I'ma read you. I'ma fucking read you. You ain't even gotta be around me. I'ma read you. For sure. If your energy is meddling with mine, I'ma know. And I realized that a lot of my anxieties and different things that I used to hold on to, energetically was from that. Was from just constantly sucking up and absorbing other people's shit. I am a sponge of emotion. I am a sponge for information. I am a sponge for all kinds of things. I could stand next to someone and instantly my stomach could start hurting, and I'll feel like this, and my heart's racing, this and this and that, and I could say, hey, you gotta use the bathroom, or what'd you eat, or this and that, and they'd be like, how the fuck you know? Like, bruh, those types of things, I was too afraid to ask questions. And on top of that, I didn't even know that I was thinking that was me. Remember, I'm internalizing these feelings and all of these thoughts and things that are coming through me, rushing through me as my own. And a lot of the time, I wasn't realizing that it could have been somebody else, because I'm so intuitive and so sensitive that way that I do soak in a lot of other people's shit. And that's also what's been so helpful for me with talking to people, and just, letting them have somebody be a sounding board a lot of the time. And a lot of the time, that's all people really need, is a sounding board, so that they can hear themselves out loud and be like, now see, that don't match up with this, like, dial it back. It's because I'm all for forward movement. I'm all for progress. But don't come around me trying to shoot the shit and bullshit me, because I'm going to sniff that shit out. I'm going to know that too. Because your words is not going to match up with your actions. Your emotions won't match up with your words. Everybody has tales and little things that they do. And I am fully aware that now I don't ever want to get into a place where I'm so overwhelmed with other people's information. It's kind of like sensory overload, to the point that I can no longer have focus on what it is that I want to do with myself, and I can't think straight, and I can't see straight. Like a couple of days ago, I was nursing a migraine because I just kind of let myself get so overwhelmed. I was just getting all of these different downloads and all these different ideas and inspirational stories, and I'm trying to blog them out and write them out and journal them out and draw them out and do this and just, and spring cleaning, and still keeping my everyday schedule, going to the gym, and still making sure the kids is going to school on time, and making sure this, like, to the point where I'm always on go, because like I said, I'm hella OCD about my life. Things can be out of place. This is what I say. And this is what I tell my kids, and what I tell my husband. I be like, listen, the house needs to be clean. It don't need to be spotless. It can look lived in, but it need to be clean. And that's how I attack everything in my life. Like, things need to be in order. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be picture perfect, but it does need to be in order, and enough to where it can be harmonious and everybody can flow. Play your part. You feel me? If you know that this is your job every single day, make sure you get it done. You don't have to get it done at the same time every day, but make sure you get it done, so that the next person could come in and they could play their part, and the person after that could come in and they could play their part. And at the end of the day, we can just keep this train moving. And when you can get so wrapped up in other emotions, and so wrapped up in your outer world shit, that your inner will start to crumble. Just like your house getting dirty, you neglect cleaning the dishes, you knew you should have cleaned the dishes the other day. Now it is 2 days later and you got an even bigger pile. Like, you should have handled it then. It's kind of the same type of thing. And so I start to get my mind, because I'm cerebral and, organized that way. My mind will start to just, it'll like not shut down on me, but it'll force me to want to sit down. So my head will just start pounding, And so that is something that I am currently working on. I'm working on being a little more lenient. I swear, every single time never fails, I'm outside recording. Why is it that a helicopter gotta fly by? Why? Why they do that to me? Why? So you just gonna keep flying, huh? Okay. Go ahead and fly then with your dang propellers. Wow. Anyway. But I just try not to let myself get so overwhelmed to the point where I lose rhythm. I always want to keep rhythm. So whatever you find out your rhythm is, always organize and fit things into your life so that you can still keep your daily rhythm. Because, every once in a while you'll have to go off track a little bit and have to pick up the pace or slow down the pace or something, depending on the situation. But just don't let it go so long without keeping that rhythm, and you'll be alright. You'll be a-okay. And it's just, I'm ready for everything. I'm ready for everything because I've faced so many things in my life, and I've overcame so many situations in my life, and now I know that I am relentless. I am a thrill seeker. I am a dreamer. I am a visionary. I am a motherfucking go-getter. I am a goofy ass individual. I am awesome at impressions. Like, I am just a motherfucking mess. I am a masterpiece. Like, I am so much. There's not really one way that I can truly define myself. Because, the other day I thought I had a really, really good day. But today has turned out to be really, really fucking great. You know what I mean? So it's just like, shit, I don't know what's coming. But I know it's good because I expect it to be. How could it be bad? And even if it's bad, it probably won't be worse than, some of my darkest days. And even if it is, then it's a new lesson in that. So it's like I start to sit here and think like, even negative energy and negative thoughts and negative emotions, any kind of negative anything, it contrast is what I call it, is great. And it's a blessing in itself, because I think, just like all the songs they tell you, more money, more problems. You know what I'm saying? Bigger problems, bigger blessings. Period. And now these big old issues that I'm having, or these major daunting conflicts that I'm facing right now, I wasn't even able to even think of this type of issue a year ago. Like my problems I had last year were so minuscule compared to this right here. And I'm looking at this like it's my bitch. You feel me? So if I'm looking at this like, oh, you know what I'm saying, you just a distraction, or you just something trying to derail me, or okay, let me cancel this out, let me add this, let me maneuver this, let me put this there, let me do this. I've been needing to cut this out, let me do this, that. Oh, okay, it fits in perfectly. If I am able to problem solve even my biggest problems, who gonna stop me, boo? Who gonna stop me? And it's like, I know some people can be like, man, that's some arrogant ass shit. That's some selfish ass shit. That's some egotistical ass shit. Say what you want to. Wait till you get in this type of mindset and look at me and have a conversation with me and replay it and see if you don't be like, yep, I fucking relate. You feel me? You just ain't there yet. That's all. That is all. And it's like, I remember I used to get so mad, like how I was saying before, about words, and how words used to have so much of a hold over me. Like, my husband, he could not say at least to me. If he said at least to me, listen, I'm gonna have to let him tell y'all, because If he said at least to me, I would flip out. Because those words to me were loaded. Those words to me felt like he was saying I was lazy. Those words to me felt like he was, not appreciating everything that it is that I do for him. That's what at least was to me. I did not hear the words at least for the phrase that he was using it is, that I just heard that. I just felt that type of emotion. So if I say, babe, hey, I finished, I made dinner, I'm kind of tired, can you do the dishes for me tonight? And if he would turn and he said, well, at least can you collect the plates up, and then I'll do it. I used to take that as, motherfucker, you just gotta have me to do something, huh? Oh, so I don't do enough already? Like, those words would set me off. And even if he would say negative, don't think negative, or don't be negative. Because the word negative had been instilled in me as a type of identity trait, characteristic trait that people used to place on me. It was loaded. It was a loaded fucking gun. So anytime he said that word, he was shooting me. He was shooting me unknowingly, and I was internalizing all of it because of emotions that I placed on shit. And so it's like I started changing the way that I use words and started changing the way that I speak, and making sure that I'm always using words that uplift, words that improve, words that set things straight, words that are genuine, words that are real, because your words are your magic. Seriously, you can bring somebody back to life with your words. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, if they did and you come back. Maybe miracles have happened. You feel me? But I'm saying someone can be in emotional death or in a whole mental death, and you could say just the right thing to somebody to give them a whole new spark. You could be the right kind of energy with the right type of funny words even. Or real shit. Maybe you was just finally being yourself and you was just honest and you was just straight facts. And that's the clarity and the honesty and the bluntness that somebody needed in that moment. So I'm very, very careful with my words now. Before I used to be real reckless with it. I could still go there, of course, but now it takes me so long to really do that. You can irritate me because I don't really like distractions. You feel me? I have to welcome certain distractions. I don't like distractions because I'm always in, my own world. I'm always focused on the missions that I want to do and, and handle that. I know I can't help the whole world or tend to the whole world. So my immediate surroundings and the people that I'm connected to and my own personal responsibilities are in front and center, and so it's just like I make sure that if I am not in a mental headspace or an emotional headspace to communicate with somebody right there in that moment, I make sure that I don't do that. Excuse me. I make sure that I don't do that. And I won't be rushed. I won't be rushed to speak out of turn because this person is feeling some type of way. No. You know what I'm saying? Let me cultivate my thoughts. Let me get my emotions in order because I want to make sure that when I speak, you understand where I'm coming from. I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. And I don't want to say anything so harshly and so cutthroat that you miss the message. And I don't want to put something so sweetly that you undermine who I am. And so it's like I have to find that right balance because I want you to hear me. I want you to feel me. I want you to see me. I want you to fucking get it. Because who knows, something I could say could either trigger you to change or could uplift you into a whole new level that that just gave you that confirmation that you was ready for that shit, that the shit that you was experiencing was, was right on point, that your intuition was right. You feel me? Now I feel like that's the things that I'm more interested in. And so words, I pay attention to them and how they make me feel. People used to tell me all the time, and still tell me too, that, you know, I got a God complex, I'm egotistical, I'm too much, I be preaching, I be this, I be that. And it's just like, motherfucker, like, I really don't care, bro. Like, if you don't feel like you your own God, and, you know what I'm saying, we're all mirror images of God, then the fuck is you doing? If you don't feel like you the creator of your own fucking reality and your whole world, you know what I'm saying, period, and that you can do anything that you want to do with God by your side and God guiding you, you know what I'm saying, and following the lessons and doing this and doing that. If you don't think you your own little mini God, then you tripping. So yeah, you right. Oh, you think I'm egotistical? That's cool. I'm sorry you think so low of yourself. Oh, you think I'm too much? Damn. Maybe you should do inner work, because you think so low of yourself. For me to be too much? You know? You should be marveling at all the things that I am. Because if I could be this extreme, then you know whatever extreme thoughts or extreme possibilities that you have in your head that you're not sharing with anybody could be a possibility too. That crazy too much idea that you have that you can't shake, you could put that out in the forefront too. If I'm walking, talking, and doing too much, you could walk and talk and do too much too. And stand in your greatness too. But you want to point the finger at other people. You know? People saying I'm selfish. You damn right, I'm selfish. I care about myself. I have to. You don't. You feel me? If I don't, who will? My husband, of course. But if I don't care about myself more than he's willing to care about me, then how will he be attracted to me? How will he see the light in me? How will he see the love in me? How will I be able to radiate from within outward for him to even feel the same or feel more deeply towards me? I have to care about myself. I have to make selfish decisions for my life. I have to. You have to. You know? So it's just like, dang, when I stop taking the bullets out of the words, you know, it's just like, you're damn right. You feel me? And then it's just like, oh, you cocky. You're damn right. You know, I love myself. I have to. I'm with me all fucking day. I'm with me all day, all night. I never get a break from me unless I'm asleep. And even then, I'm dreaming off in La La Land, conquering fucking dragons and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have to love me. I have to be infatuated with me. I have to be obsessed with me. I have to be willing to learn about me. I have to be willing to put myself on timeout. I have to be willing to throw myself out there. I have to. So, I say all that to say that if anybody is in your life right now trying to make you feel bad about the decisions that you're doing, fuck them. As I always say. You feel me? Because you have to. You are amazing. You are great. You are ready for whatever that is that you want to do. Because I was beyond ready. It started to be so much to the point that I started having dreams of doing this shit. I started having dreams of mingling with different people and faces and, you know what I'm saying, and making shit just happen. And it's just like, a lot of the dreams, you know what I'm saying, they don't make sense for my reality right now, because how is it that I can even think of something like this, or you know, how dare I? But then it's just like, hold up, you feel me? If my mind can formulate that shit, then I can figure out a way to make it possible. So let me not. And this happened in a subconscious state. I wasn't even consciously trying to think about this. This just came subconsciously, and it all tied perfectly into what it is that I want to do right now. And I'm already doing it and already have the material for it. Like, I've been sitting here writing notes and doing little things like this for years. And I've been journaling and stuff like that for years. Like, who would have known that I would have been sitting on here doing this shit? Who would have known that I would be married, you know what I'm saying, to the husband that I'm married to right now? And, you know, we're traveling all around the world and we're meeting all these people, and people look up to us in a major ass way. Like they do. And we bring people into our family and we nurture them and we help them. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time we're people's second home, because people are so far away from their home. And we know what it's like to be so far away from everything that you know and that you trust, and have to make it on your own. And a lot of these people are kids. Like, a lot of these people are younger adults, or a lot of these people are even our peers. Some even are older than us. You know, and they marvel at how well we got it put together, but in reality we figuring it out just like everybody else. But the only thing is that, you know, instead of leaving, we put the fucking gloves on and we jump in the ring with each other, you know. And our bond and everything is so tight to the point that we could be fighting each other, and the one person that comes in and tries to disrupt our shit, we gonna turn on your ass. You feel me? We could be in full blown fight and stop fighting with each other to start targeting the next person that's trying to interfere with our shit. And I fuck with him for that. I love him for that. You know what I mean? Because we not going nowhere from each other at all. And I can fully trust in all of that. Everybody that's in my life right now is in my life for a reason. Everybody that has left my life has left for a reason. Everybody that's going to enter into my life will bring with it new seasons of blessings. And it's just like, wow, I'm starting to pay attention to the way I feel on a daily basis, and starting to pay attention to my thoughts even. Never letting them, you know, get so far off the path. Never letting anxiety kick in. And so it's like, what was preventing me so long from being in this point? And it's just like, I feel like maybe shit, it was pride, bro. It was pride. It had to be. Because it's like, if I wasn't being hella fucking prideful, then I probably would have been able to get to this idea in the first place. You know? I probably would have been able to figure all this shit out sooner. But see, one of my major problems that I had was, you know, how I told you, my relationship with words, you know, and how impactful they can be for me, because I'm a cerebral person, so I dissect everything, you know. And so with me, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I will exhaust myself until it is complete. You know what I mean? And that's one of the relentless types of passions that I have. You know what I am hell bent. I am headstrong. I am passionate. I will get it done. You know, and I gave you my word. I gave you my word. I'm going to keep my word. And that was destroying me, because sometimes my word, you know, my opinion on it would have changed, because different experiences that you go through, they shape you. You know, and they reshape you. And the very same experience that you had today, you can have tomorrow, and you can have a different opinion and a different, you know, whole outlook on it. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the same. So I think my pride in trying to, my reputation of sticking to what it is that I said I was going to do was getting in the way, until it dawned on me. I have it right here in my notes. I wrote it on January 17th of this year at 7:03 a.m. coming in from the gym. I said, just because you said you couldn't do something doesn't mean you can't still do it. And just because you said you could do something doesn't mean you have to still do it. Like, and I was like, light bulb message. You know, like, damn, that's true. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Like, my opinions can change. My thought process can change. My everything can change. You know? And it's like, with that, like, just like how I had with the self mentality of cutting motherfuckers off and doing things like that. Of course, cut off things that don't serve you. You know? That no longer fit into who you are. If you have to force it, you know what I'm saying? Really, really force some shit, then don't do it. Don't be fooled by people, trying to get to know you and understand you, because a lot of the times people will try to get to know you and understand you just so they can bring you down. Don't give people that kind of power, But if you want to, go back and try old interests and try this and try that with a new mindset and a new strategy, then go ahead and do that. So it's like that relieves a lot of pressure for me too. You feel me? But you still have to apply the same lessons, and you still have to make sure that it applies with the path that you're going towards right now. Don't try to add some shit in it that just completely doesn't make any sense, because it'll ultimately derail you all the way. And it's just like, wow, I am a full ass motherfucking person who is sitting here figuring out her life one by one, little piece by piece, and it's like I always wanted to have some type of therapy or attend therapy and do things like that, but I never really fully trusted people to dissect my brain. Never really truly trusted people to dissect my emotions, because those are mine, and only I know the combinations and the secret codes to get into this and that and what makes this and why this was here. And I feel like I would have to do so much explaining to someone about where it is where I was coming from, that by the time I did that, I would have been so lost in translation, so lost in emotion, that I wouldn't even know where I was, if I was coming or going, and so therapy for me never really panned out. And I found out that the thing that worked the best for me, which ended up being my own kind of therapy, is just really just spending a lot of solitude time, with my, just being with myself and sitting with my thoughts and journaling and being out in the sun and meditating and hiking and going on trails and going on drives and going for, walks and all this other shit, and having different types of conversations with people, figuring out what it is that their interests, if their interests match up with mine, and what kind of conversations we would have. And I started to talk to people more deeply. I always have, but just not being afraid to really dive deep. And if they don't bite, they don't bite. But 9 times out of 10, people do, because people want to talk about themselves, and people want to help themselves, and people want to better themselves, And it's like, if that's my mission, and maybe I have some advice for you, maybe I have some words of encouragement for you, and in exchange, maybe you have some for me, and I could take it in and digest it, and we could share stories or whatever. And so it's like, I felt that talking to other people, everyday people, was more therapeutic for me than talking to, an actual psychiatrist, because I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay for you to tell me something or try to prescribe me something or, want me to go and dissect this and that. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I need to have a certain type of relationship with people to be able to do that type of thing. And I know what you're saying. Here I am sitting here talking all this shit, but mind you, I figured all this shit out already. You feel me? I'm just telling y'all stories, and it's like, I figured all this shit out, and certain things I haven't figured out. And we gon', some of them I might document while I'm figuring this shit out, and some of them I might just automatically come back and just be like, yo, I done figured this shit out. You feel me? I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but that's the point. That's the point of this. That's the point of being shameless. You feel me? That's the point of Shameless Av. That's the point of Shameless Kai. That's the point of shamelessly speaking. It's because I really don't fucking know, but I know that I'ma do great things. That's all I know. I know that I was created and cultivated and shaped and formed in all of these beautiful words into being me. That I am perfectly imperfect the way that I am. And that if people don't rock with me, they don't rock with me. And if they fuck with me, they fuck with me. And if they don't know about me, they're going to get to know me. And I have full trust in that. I have full trust that everything is always working out in my favor. Because it is. Because the only way that I can feel that it isn't is because if I feel that it isn't. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You know? If you're not on my same vibe, then you're not on my same vibe. Get gone. You know? Go get on your vibe and come back. See if we mesh then. Now that you got some other type of interest other than my shit. You feel me? On what I'm doing and how I ain't doing this right. How I didn't say this right. Or how I didn't do that right. Or where I messed up this time. Or where I did it. Like, nah. You know? I ain't asked you for all of that. I didn't. Now, if I ask you, that's one thing. If we sharing stories, that's one thing. But don't just come and attack me. None of that has happened. I'm just saying, you know, hypothetically. It's just like nothing can really shake me. Nothing has been able to break me. I have felt broken. I have felt lost. I have felt all of this, and the whole time I wasn't. You know what a spiritual journey reminds me of? Oh my gosh. A spiritual journey reminds me of, okay, so you got your phone, right? You got your iPhone, your Samsung, your whatever. You got your phone in your hand, all right? Your phone is the source to everything that is you. You feel me? You can know a lot about somebody by how their phone is set up, how whatever. If they take out on their phone, that is you. That is that me, okay? It's me. And self is the person, that you, that's holding the phone. All right? It's the hand, it's the body, it's the everything. That is self. All right? And a spiritual journey for me is like, you have me. You can't really do nothing with a phone unless you touch it, unless you interact with it, unless you get to know it, unless you customize it. So that's where that self comes into play. That's where those, you know, days and months, years, whatever scenarios where you're figuring things out. That's where that self is, your body, you holding your phone. And then you ever have those moments where you holding your phone and you be like, where the fuck is my phone at? And you looking around and you can't find your fucking phone. You checking other things. You can even be on your phone. You feel me? Talking on the phone. And, you know, you trying to find your phone, and then somebody finally says, some voice finally says, what are you doing? And then you say, the self says, I'm looking for my phone. And the voice says, motherfucker, it's in your hand. And you be like, oh, like that? That to me is like what a spiritual awakening is, in like the lamest terms ever. Of course, it is completely loaded with so much shit, bro. Like, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about shadow work, and that's that feeling you feel when you turn the lights on and you feel like something behind you, bro. There ain't nothing behind you, nigga. That's your baggage, my nigga. We gonna dissect that. But like, it's just, that is what it is. It's like, motherfucker, it's in your hand, and that's that I am. You feel me? That's that thing that could just see all of it like, you silly. I sat here. You is silly. You know? You're silly. And it's just like, wow. Well, I like I said, I wish this feeling on everybody. You know? And it's going to feel different for everybody. But it's going to look different. All that shit. But I wish good days and good breakthroughs and good everything on everybody. You know, and especially people that's listening to this podcast, because y'all some OGs, bro. Y'all some real ones. Y'all, I got new people on here listening to. Like, I've been getting a whole bunch of different orders and stuff like that on the store. Like, I appreciate y'all. I've been getting hella DMs and stuff, and late night text messages of people sending me crying face emojis and laughing face emojis, and you know what I'm saying. And it's just like talking about how, you know, we've been going through the same stuff, but just, you know, a little different, and it's just like refreshing, and it's just like, thank you. You feel me? Because that's what I'm here for. Like, I just want to show everybody how there's so many ways where we can all relate. You feel me? And so many ways where we can all be misfits together and just be thriving and just doing the damn thing if we all just focus on our own personal journey. You know, and rock with the people we rock with, and show respect, and, you know what I'm saying, and a little distance if we need to the people that we don't, and just keep it moving. Like, it ain't gotta be all that extra shit, you know. And so, I don't know, I about gave y'all a whole, you know, hour and 3 minutes of my time. So, you know what I'm saying, it's been real, y'all. Next week, I don't know what we talking about, but we gonna talk about something, you know what I'm saying. But Love and light, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Be blessed. Namaste. All of that. Out.